This conference will now be recorded.
So today let us start off with one more new topic, JSP. So this will take totally 3 classes for us. So JSP stands for Java Server Pages. JSP stands for what? Java Server Pages. And the main use of going for JSP is used to develop server-side dynamic web applications. JSP is used for what? To develop server-side dynamic web applications like servlets. So whatever we can do with servlets, we can do the same thing with JSP. Now let us understand what is the main difference between servlets and JSP. So the difference is like, let us create one servlet which is used to display current date and time onto the browser window. That is a task here. What is the task? We want to display the current date and time onto the browser window. So let us write that code using servlet first, then same code we'll write with JSP. Then we'll see the differences. So open Eclipse, create a servlet, right click on project and say new servlet. Let me go with the name as date servlet. Import the related packages. Import the related packages. Now, what is the task here? We want to display current date and time onto the browser window. So let us write this code using servlet here. So first of all, go with print writer out equal to const dot get writer. Print writer out equal to response dot get writer. Now how to display current date and time? Simply say out.println current date and time, then we are having a class date class present in util package. If we just create object of date class, if we just return the object of date class which returns the current date and time. Here when we run this code, it is displaying say current date and time now. Now how many lines of code we have written here? Totally 9 lines of code including imports and curly braces. So here totally 9 lines of code here. Now let us write the same code using JSP now. How to go with JSP? Simply right click on project and say new JSP. In the list you can see JSP. Let us go with the name as date.jsp. The extension what we give for JSP file is .jsp. Then now how to display current date and time is very simple. Current date and time. Just use the tag percentage equal to new java.util.date. That's it. What is this percentage equal to? Don't worry, no, I'll discuss today. That's it. Your code is completed. Single line of code is doing the same task for us here. Same task it is doing with JSP. So this is the main difference. The lengthwise the JSP code is very small. And one more advantage of JSP is I want to display this current date and time in H3 format. H3 format, we want to display current date and time. Now see when we run, we are getting the result here in H3 format. So if you see the difference, in the case of servlet, if you modify the code, it is asking you to restart server. But in the case of JSP, after modifying the code, it is not asking you to restart server. That is one more difference. What is the difference here? What is the difference between servlets and JSP? In case of servlets, Java code contains HTML code. So in now.println, we can include HTML tags. In case of servlets, In case of servlets, Java code contains HTML code. Whereas in case of JSP, HTML code contains Java code. In between HTML, we write Java codes here. So this is our complete HTML code. In between HTML tags, we can include this Java code. What is this percentage equal to? Don't worry now. I'll discuss today only. Then one more difference is in case of servlets, if the code is modified, we need to recompile and redeploy the application. In case of servlets, if the code is modified, we need to recompile and redeploy the application. That's the reason it will ask you to restart server in the case of servlets. Whereas in case of JSP, if the code is modified, we need recompile and redeploy the application. That is the reason in the case of JSP, when you modify the code, it won't ask you to restart the server. One more major difference, JSP code is less than servlet. JSP code is what? Less than servlet. As in JSP, we can use JSP tags, JSP implicit objects, and JSTL. So because of these features, the code what we write in JSP is small here. So understanding this JSP tags, JSP implicit objects, and JSTL, that completes our JSP concept. Now, let us move to the next one, JSP lifecycle. So what are lifecycle methods of servlet? Init, service, and destroy. Similar way, we are having the JSP lifecycle methods. They are JSP init underscore JSP service and JSP destroy. Concept remains same. This init method is called only once when JSP page is loaded. When you make a request to JSP page, it goes to init method. Service method called for every request. Service method is called for what? Every request. And very important point, cannot be overridden. As a programmer, we cannot override this method. Then how to keep the code in service method? When we use the tag like this, percentage equal to, then this code will go to service method. Okay. Destroy, called only once when JSP page is destroyed. Right? That is when we close the browser window. Now let us go with the next one, JSP tags. This is a major topic. JSP tags are divided into some categories like directive tags, Scriptlet tags, action tags, and custom tags. Under directive tags, we are in three types of directive tags. Under directive, we are in three types. They are page directive tag. The symbol is percentage at the rate page. And we end with again percentage. Then include directive tag. include directive tag, the symbol is %include and with again percentage. Taglib directive tag, the symbol is %taglib and with again percentage. The directive tag starts with %@ symbol. Then scriptlet tags, we are in 3 types. Declaration tag, the symbol is %exclamation. Then expression tag, the symbol is %equal to what we have used in date program. Then script tag, the symbol is %. Action tags, wherein the action tags like JSP include, JSP forward, JSP param, JSP use beam, very important, JSP set property, JSP get property. Custom tags used to create user defined tags in JSP. We can create our own tags in JSP, and this is self-learning for you. Once we complete JSP, you just browse in Google or YouTube, custom tags in JSP. You will get the document or video where you can able to understand easily. So this concept we are not using in reality nowadays. That's the reason I just made it as self-learning. Then, so the plan is like today we will be discussing page directive, include directive, and scriptlet tags. Day 1. Day 2, we will be discussing action tags. We will be discussing action tags and JSTL. Action tags and JSTL. In between, while discussing only, we'll cover the implicit objects. Then day 3, by using all these concepts, we'll develop one big application. So today and tomorrow only we will complete the talk concepts. Okay, and when I discuss JSTL, at that time only we'll discuss taglib directive. So completing concepts will be done in 2 classes, and in 3rd class of JSP, we'll develop one big application using all these concepts. Right? Any questions, anyone up to here?
The custom tags is like XML?
No, it's not like XML. We can create our own tags. These are predefined tags here, include, forward, param, like this. Like that, you can create your own tag. For example, if I just use date tag, if I create date tag, it will display current date and time. Like that, I can go with my own names to the tag. That's meaning of custom. Got it? Right?
Yes.
If I use tag like prime, if I use a prime, begin equal to 1, end equal to 100, means this tag will create what? It will display prime numbers from 1 to 100. That's the thing. My own tags, my own creations. Right?
Yes.
So after completion of JSP, then only you browse it. If you find time only, else leave it off. Just leave it off. Okay, don't worry about this. No. Let us start off with the first one, page directive tag. Page directive tag. The symbol is %@page and with percentage. And the use is used to import Java packages. What is the use of this page directive tag? To import Java packages. Like example, you can say %@page import equal to java.util.star. If I want to import one more package, again you can say %@page import equal to java.sql.star. In case of Java, whenever we want to import a package, we need to use import statement. For every package, we have to go with separate import statement. But in the case of JSP, we can import multiple packages using single page directive like this. %@page import equal to java.util.star, comma, java.sql.star. Just to separate the packages by comma. So using single page directive, we can import multiple packages. Like example, if you see this previous code, here we are referring to date class using package name. If I remove package name, we get error. Now we have to inform that date is a class belongs to which package. How to inform? By importing package. %@page import equal to java.util.star. The error will go off. So to import Java packages, we go for page directive. Next one, include directive tag. Include directive tag. The symbol of include directive is %@include and end with again percentage. And the use is use it to include other JSP files. Use it to include what? Other JSP files. Like example, %@include file equal to header.jsp. Then we go with our own content. Again, we can include one more file. %@include file equal to footer.jsp. So the content of header.jsp will get included here. You can go with your own content. Again, the content of footer.jsp will be included. Let us understand with the programs. Header.jsp, footer.jsp, then include demo.jsp. This we need to run. Let us create a JSP file. Right click on project and say new JSP file, header.jsp. Here we go with the heading. Welcome to XYZ trainings. Welcome to XYZ trainings. Let us create footer. .jsp. Copyright XYZ trainings. Now go with include demo.jsp. Include demo.jsp. Here we'll say %@include file equal to header.jsp. So what is going to happen now? Whatever the content present in header.jsp, this content will be presented over here. Then you can go with your own content. Like we'll say S3 courses offered UL type equal to headline programming languages, databases, and web technologies. Like this. Then I want to go with footer. Then again you can say %@include file equal to footer.jsp. Content of footer.jsp will be included. See now when we run this code, this you are getting from header, this you are getting from footer. Then this is our own content. So in order to display this page, in order to develop this page, 3 programmers can work here. One programmer can work on header, one more programmer can work on footer, and one more programmer can work on include demo. So the division of work will be easy in the case of JSP. That's main advantage of going for JSP. Clear all of you the need of include directive? Right? Now, the next one, scriptlet tags. This is very important. Scriptlet tags. We are having the scriptlet tags like declaration tag. The symbol of declaration tag is percentage exclamation and with again percentage. And the use is use it to declare variables and to define methods. Whenever we want to declare variables or whenever we want to define methods, we go for declaration tag. Like example, percentage exclamation int n equal to some 100. We are declaring a variable. Percentage exclamation word xxx. We are defining a method here. We are defining a method. Some code inside. So whenever we want to declare a variable or to define methods, we go for declaration tag. We can even override the lifecycle method JSP init. Even override the lifecycle method. Right. Next one, expression tag. Expression tag. The symbol of expression tag is percentage equal to. Percentage equal to. And the use is used to access the value of the variable and to call methods. Whenever you want to take the value of variable or to call methods, we go for expression tag. Then the code, whatever the code, we keep it in expression tag. The code goes into underscore JSP service method. Like example, so say percentage equal to n. So what's the value of n we have given here? 100. So this 100 will be displayed on browser. Percentage equal to xxx. We are invoking the method here. That's the reason in the date program we have said like this. New java.util.date. Date is what? It's a constructor. Constructor means method. So to invoke a method, we go for expression tag. So that's the reason we have used the expression tag to display current date and time onto the browser. Next one, script tag. The symbol of script tag is simple percentage, and the use is used to include Java statements. We can go with Java statements, and the code goes into underscore JSP service method. Like example, we want to display 1 to 10 on browser, then we can say percentage. You can write here for int I equal to 1, I less than or equal 10, I plus plus. We can say out.println the value of I, which displays 1 to 10 on browser. See, we are using out object directly here. In the case of servlets, we use it to write print writer out equal to response.getWriter. But in the case of JSP, that line is not required. Directly we can use out object because out is an implicit object of JSP and it is an object of class JSP writer. An object of class JSP writer. JSP writer is a subclass of printrator. Notice what? It's an implicit object. Directly we can use out object. And it's an implicit object of which class? Remember? JSP. And this JSP is what? It's a subclass of printrator. Okay. There everyone? Any questions? Somewhat confusion today. So if you recap today, then it will be very easy for tomorrow's class. Now let us go with the example codes to understand more where to use which tag. So for this, create a HTML file which accepts a number from user. We are going to accept a number from user. Create a JSP file which reads the number from HTML file and displays the factorial of the given number. And it is going to display what? The factorial of given number. So let us write the code. fact.html, where we need to run this code, and we connect to factorial.jsp. Create these files. Right click on project and say new JSP file, sorry, HTML file, fact.html. Here, create the form action equal to factorial.jsp. So in the case of servlets, from HTML form, whenever you want to connect to servlet, we use it to mention the project name, like we have project / login servlet like that. But here you need not giving any path. The reason is whenever we create HTML files and JSP files, the files are located where? In web app folder. Observe here, the HTML files and JSP files are created where? In web app folder. Since both are present in same folder, you need not go with any path here. Now accept the number, enter a number, input type equal to text, name equal to number. Create one submit button, input type equal to submit, value equal to display factorial. Value equal to display factorial. Now create factorial.jsp. Right click on project or even web app. Factorial.jsp. Now design here. I want to define a method. Whenever you want to define a method, which tag we have to use? Percentage exclamation. Whenever we want to define methods, we have to use which tag? Percentage exclamation. Then say here, define a method fact, which takes the number as argument. Now keep the logic here. INTF equal to 1 for int I equal to n, I greater than or equal to 1, I minus minus. And we'll say here f equal to f into I. Equal to f into I. And we'll say return f. Return f. So whenever you want to define methods, declaration tag. Now let us go with the script tag. Here we'll read the number from HTML form. So how to read the data from your HTML form? We'll say request dot get parameter of number. Here again, a request is what? It's an implicit object in JSP. Request is implicit object, so directly we can use it. So what is the written type of request.get parameter? Anyone remember? What is the written type of request.get parameter? String. So can we assign a string to integer directly? No. Then what we have to do? Parsing. So since we want to convert string into primitive integer, we have to use the proper class integer with a static method parsing. And pass a request.get parameter of number. Now what are the number we have entered in this form? This value is now present in this variable. Now call the method. Whenever you want to call method, we'll say factorial percentage equal to. Whenever you want to call method, percentage equal to fact of the number. To define methods, declaration tag, to write any Java statements, script tag, to call a method, expression tag. Now see, run the code. If I go with the number 5, it's going to display factorial as 120. We can even do this styling part here, like I want to display in H3 format. Then I want to apply style equal to text align center color blue. We are displaying this factorial in H3 format and alignment is center here. If I go with the number as 6, so we are getting factorial 720 in H3 format, center aligned and blue color. Clear everyone? Any questions? No. Let us go with one more example. Create a HTML file which accepts a color from user. Create a JSP file which reads the color from HTML file and sets the background of web page with the given color. You want to set the background of web page with the given color. Let us understand this task using a diagram first. bg color dot in this one we'll be creating one HTML file where we'll say color.html. Here we are going to accept a color with one submit button. Now we'll accept the color here, like example pink. Now once we type the color, when we click on submit button, we'll connect to a JSP file. We'll connect to one JSP file. Like let me say bgcolor.jsp. So based on the color is pink. If the color what you have entered is pink, then we'll set the background color of your web page as pink here. We'll set the background color of your web page as pink. And we'll go with the text message, background color pink. Let us suppose if the user is not filling any color or going with some spaces. If the user is not filling with any color or going with some space, means if the color is null or space, we want to go with the background color as white. So we'll display the message background color white here. This is the task. Let us go with the programs. Color.html HTML bgcolor.jsp. This we need to run. Color.html is in a form action equal to bgcolor.jsp, accept a color, input type equal to text, name equal to bgcolor, and one submit button. When we click on submit, it connects to bgcolor.jsp. Now, create a JSP file, bgcolor.jsp. Here you write the script tag. Here first of all we'll read the color value like this: string bgcolor equal to request.get parameter of bgcolor. So once we read the color value from HTML form, now we have to check whether it is null or space. How to check? If bgcolor equal to null. If you are not filling any value, it goes with null, or it may be some space. So how to check? bgcolor.equals. But how to check how many spaces user has entered? User may go with 1 space or 2 space or 10 space. But how to compare here? That's a problem here. Then for this, we can use a method trim. Hope you remember in Spring class. In Spring class, we're having a method trim. The method, what it is going to do, it's going to remove all the white spaces. Then we compare here without space. Trim is used to remove all white spaces. Then, if the color is null or space, then we'll set the bg color value as white here. Now, how to set the background color of a web page? In the body tag, we use bg color attribute. Now to take the value of variable, percentage equal to bg color. Whatever the color you have entered or no color, it will take white. So that value will be replaced here. Then how to display message? Background color percentage equal to bg color. Run the code from HTML file. Go with some color. Press submit, and it will go with the background color as pink. If you are not filling any color, it will go with white here. Clear all of you? Where to use which tag? You have to practice this. If you practice only, you feel somewhat comfortable using the tags. What's the point here? Request is an implicit object of JSP, which is an object of class, which is an object of interface, object of HTTP servlet request interface. An implicit object which is an interface, which is what? It's a HTTP servlet request. Okay, so even we are having response also. Response is an implicit object of JSP, which is an object of HTTP servlet response interface. Right? Any questions, anyone up here? So practice all these things. Tomorrow we'll be going with very important topic. Don't miss the class tomorrow, very important. So we are going to discuss this action tags and even JSTL. So 2 things will be covered in tomorrow's class. Okay, thank you all.